Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. Of late, we've been getting a lot of complaints from students of how institutions are holding back their certificates, not giving them the TCs, the transfer certificates or the marks or anything that they written in original till the last pie is cleared or the last due is paid by the institution. It is in a certain sense a blackmailing tactic that you cannot move ahead unless you pay me everything that I want as an institution, because I will hold on to your certificates, and if you don't have your original certificates, obviously you cannot take admission anywhere else or join a job anywhere else. Now, this is a tactic that's been employed by quite a few institutions, and we thought we must talk about this and tell you what are your rights as a student. Before I move any further, please subscribe to BTech 360 if you've not already done that, because this will be a single point destination for all of you to be informed on the best colleges, the best course, the placements, and the rights that you have, so that you get into the best college of your choice or exercise your rights as they claim they are. Now let's talk about this rights of the students in terms of the refund of this, or in terms of how their certificates cannot be retained by the institution. And there are quite a few complaints out there. It all started in Telangana, where a student challenged the college for not giving them the TC and original certificates. And the reason was simple, that the dues that were due to the college were not paid, not by the student but by the college. But that is irrespective, that is not a matter of concern here. The question that was challenged by the student was, my certificates have been retained by this person because the dues were not cleared. I want my certificates to be back to me. And this is a student from the Mahatma Gandhi Law College in Hyderabad. He completed a 5-year integrated law course of BBA LLB and so on and so forth, and studied under the government scheme where there's a fee reimbursement scheme. But the fee reimbursement, again, I'm saying, is not of any essence here. The question is, can an institution retain the original certificates of a student pending the clearance of the fee dues? That was the question that was answered, right? Here, the Justice Surabal Nanda, who presided over this court, said the colleges cannot withhold certificates under any pretext. Pending fees, whether owed by student or by government, do not justify the retention of the original certificates. All original certificates must be returned immediately is the order that gave. And this is not an isolated case. There have been many such cases that happened over the past. And you as students must know what are your rights and how do all the regulations, it can be UGC or AICT or even the High Courts, interpreted this particular right of a student to get back the original certificates come what may. There are 4 cases that I'll cite to you. One is in the Telangana High Court itself, which is D. Vaishnavi versus State of Telangana. This was in 2020. Then there is one in Madras High Court, which is K. Palaniswamy versus Vidya Vikas School in 2019. Madras High Court again, S. Muthu Kamakchi versus Director of Anna University in 2012. Delhi High Court, court on its own motion versus Department of Education in Delhi in 2019. And AP High Court, AP Private Schools Association versus State in 2021. There are 5 cases that we are going to cite now and tell you what your rights are. And all these cases talk of only 3 points. The educational institutions have no legal lien over student certificates. Certificate retention as a means of fee recovery is illegal and impermissible. And institutions must pursue civil legal remedies for the fee recovery instead of coercive measures. Now let me take you through the 3-4 cases that I talked about. The High Court of Madras in K. Palaniswamy versus correspondent Vidya Vikas Matriculation School and others. In this particular case, the judge held that certificates of students could not be held back by educational institutions, citing financial dues. Whatever the money that you owe to the school or the college cannot hold back your certificates just because you not paid your dues. Further, in another similar case that happened in Madras High Court between S. Muthu Kamachi versus the Director of Technical Education, Anna University, the court held those certificates are not like fixed deposit receipt on which banks claim a general lien in terms of Section 171 of the Contract Act. Therefore, the certificates cannot be retained at any rate. Hence, this writ petition is allowed, directing the 4th respondent to return all the original certificates deposited by the petitioner forthwith. What it essentially says is, your original certificate is not like a fixed deposit on which a lien is possible when you take a loan. This is neither a loan nor can a lien possible. So to that extent, original certificate has to be released immediately. This is in the High Court of Madras. In the High Court of Delhi, in a similar case, which is own motion, which the High Court took it on its own motion, versus Director of Education, the Delhi High Court said there are methods of recovering the outstanding school fees with the school. Even a suit could have been filed by respondent number 2 on the parents of the students, which has not been done so far. No such suit has been instituted by the respondent school for the recovery of outstanding fees. In view of these facts, this court is of the opinion that the school leaving certificates cannot be withheld by the respondent. So again, the same thing that you cannot hold back the certificate just because of some fee or some dues are still pending for the school. Now, what is the legal framework? There are multiple regulations that came from multiple places, but let's talk about UGC itself. The UGC Guidelines, April 23, 2007, it says it would not be permissible for institutions and universities to retain the school institution leaving certificate, mark sheet, caste certificate, and other documents in original. Very clearly, not be permissible. That's the word, operating word out here. Again, in the Grievance Redressal of Students Regulations 2018, UGC again said, and these are the rules which are called UGC Grievance Redressal of Students Regulations 2018. Colleges are barred from withholding or refusing to return any document in the form of certificate of degree, diploma, or any other award or other document deposited by students. This is UGC regulation. In the present case, when we talked of Telangana itself has a separate rule which says it instructed all colleges not to withhold certificates even if government reimbursements are delayed, warning of serious consequences for non-compliance. So the rules are very, very clear. It can be the high courts or different courts that have ruled in favor of the students, or the UGC and AICTE regulations which ruled in favor of the students, that your certificates cannot be held back just because you owe some money to the college or the institution. And I promise you, if you have any such thing, please write to us about the college or thing, or write to us, in a separate message, and we'll be happy to take it up with the regulators to ensure that your certificates are returned back to you. What is the legal framework at this point in time? It says no lien on academic certificates. Educational institutions have no lien. Original certificates are the student's personal property. Withholding certificates is illegal. Retention of certificates for unpaid fees or delayed reimbursements is unlawful and unconstitutional. Proper remedy is civil recovery and not coercion. Institutions must recover dues through legal proceedings and not by holding back the certificates. And the student mobility is a protected legal interest. Law safeguards students' freedom to pursue education and employment without obstruction, and holding back your certificates means that you are obstructing, and that is illegal. This is the legal framework for you. So students, if your certificates are held back, if you are not unable to pay and the college is forcing you to pay till then they withhold the certificates, it is illegal. And we here at Careers 360 are trying to help students get their certificates back. If you have anything, please write to us. We'll be happy to take it up. Thank you so much. Namaste.